Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. This some visitor, I murmured, tapping at my chamber door, only this and nothing more.
And each separate dying ember wrath is gorged upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow. Vainly I had sought borrow from my books sources of sorrow. Sorrow for the lost Leonore, or the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Leonore, nameless here forevermore.
And the silken, sap, uncertain rustling of each purple certain killer me, filled me with fantastic terror never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stock repairing. This some visitor strutting in trains of my chamber door. Some late visitor intruding in trains at my chamber door. This is nothing more.
Presently, my soul grows stronger, hesitating then no longer. Sir, said I, or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is, I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there and nothing more.
Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, Lenore. This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, Lenore. Merely this and nothing more.
Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again, I heard a tapping something louder than before. Surely, said I, surely that is something at my window's lattice. Let me see, then, what there it is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more.
Open here, I found shelter, when, with many a flirt and a flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of saintly days of yore. Not the least absence made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with me a lord of lady, perched above my chamber door, perched under a bust of plus just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more.
Then this infant bird, filling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and slim doctrine of the contents it wore, though the crust and be showing and be shoved term, I said, art sure no crave. Oathly grum and essence room, wanding from the nightly shore. Tell me what the lorder name is on the night's flaunting shore. Quarter and raven nevermore.
Perfect.
Much I marvel this ungently floor, to hear discourse so plainly, through its answer little meaning, little ravens roar. 15. For we cannot help agree that non-living human beings, every year was blessed with a sailing bird above his chamber door. Birds or bees up the sculpture, but above his chamber door, with such name as nevermore.
But the ravens, sitting lonely on the places, but spoke only. That's one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered. Still I scarcely more than muttered. Other friends have flown before. On the narrow he will leave me, as my hope have flown before. Then the bird said, "Nevermore."
Startled as the stillness broken by replies so aptly spoken, "Doubtless," said I. "What is other is this only stock and store, caused from some unhappy master from whom unmerciful disaster follow fast and follow faster, till his song one burden bore, till the dirges of his heart that melancholy burden bore, of never, nevermore."
But the raven still beguiling all my fancy into smiling. Straight I will a cushion sit in front of bird, and burst and door. Then upon the velvet seeking, I betook myself to linking, fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous beard of yours, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly gaunt, and ominous beard of yours meant in croaking nevermore.
This I sat engaged in gazing, but no syllable expressing to the furious fire eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head and knees reclining, of the cushion's velvet lining that the lamp light glowed o'er, but whose velvet's violet lining with the lamp light glowing o'er. She shall press, oh, nevermore.
Then methought the air grew denser, perfume from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkle on the taft floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent he, respite, respite, and never flee, from the memories of Leonore. Quaff, oh quaff this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost Leonore. Quoth the raven nevermore.
Prophet, say I, think of evil. Prophet still, if bird of devil, whether tempter sent, or whether tempest toss the hair azure, desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert line enchanted, on this home by horror haunted. Tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven nevermore.
Prophet said, I think of evil. Prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends about us, by that God we both adore. Tell this soul with sorrow laden if, within the distant Aden, it shall clasp a saint maiden whom the angels name Leonore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Leonore. Quoth the raven nevermore.
Be that word our sign of parting, bird of fiend, I shrieked, upstirring. Get thee back into the tempest and night's Plutonian shore. Leave no back plume as token of that light thee soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit that brook above my door. Take thee beak from out my heart, and take thee form from off my door. Quoth the raven nevermore.
And the raven never fleeting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadows on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore.